Okay, Judy, I brought my hose.
William, I asked you to bring your lederhosen. We'll tell you more next on Garden Time. Welcome to Garden Time. And the reason I asked William to bring his lederhosen is because it's the weekend of the big Oktoberfest down in Mount Angel. And later in the show, I'll be talking to one of the monks about how they brew beer for Oktoberfest.
Also on the show today, we will be taking our tips of the month for gardening from Jan McNeilan.
But coming up first, late summer hydrangea care. Well, it has been pretty long summer here, and so we're at Hydrangeas Plus with Kristen. And so, Kristen, we all have hydrangeas that look like this. So what should we do with them?
Yeah, they're getting a little tired and a little crispy. And if they don't get quite enough water, they might get these browning edges that just don't look very attractive. So a few things we can do. They might not be done blooming.
Oh, okay.
So last resort is you can prune them.
Okay.
We can talk about pruning in a second, but maybe they just need a little food.
Ah, it's not too late.
No, it's not too late. Well, and just be careful of the nitrogen.
Okay.
Because if we do get an early freeze, which I don't think we're supposed to, you don't want too much nitrogen in the stems.
Pushing, okay.
Yes, exactly, and the growth pushing. So a good phosphorus fertilizer too will also help with some of the leaf coloring that you might be having.
Okay.
And the crisping might just need a little bit of Mother Nature and water.
Okay. So the phosphorus would be, the middle number would be bigger than the first number.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's mostly just for leaf health.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then if we do prune, how far back do we go? We always worry about how many nodes back.
Right. And it kind of depends on the plant.
Okay.
You know, most of the hydrangeas, like these macrophylla, do bloom on the old wood.
Okay.
So you do have to be careful not to cut back too far.
All right.
Because you want to have some of this new growth that's coming on from this year. Keep that on the plant.
Okay.
So definitely don't cut it way back.
Okay. So
But
where would you go?
I would probably cut up, there's a leaf node here, and I would cut at the second one.
Okay.
And I'll just make a nice cut
So
on
the
that
flower
one.
will be down there. Actually.
Yes, well, it'll go dormant and then grow out a little bit. And this is actually this is Oregon Pride, so the stem is a little bit darker, but usually they'll be bright, bright green.
Okay.
So we can go to the next hydrangea here, and you can see this one's got some yellowing leaves, which is definitely water related.
Okay.
This one has been a favorite for our puppy that likes to dig and likes to take irrigation pipe. So this poor thing has been wilting and then coming back and wilting and coming back, and you can really distinctly see the yellowing leaves.
Sure.
So it's a function of water, and we'll probably give it a little bit of 10-10-10 fertilizer.
All right.
Nothing more than a 12 on that first nitrogen number.
Okay.
Just to give it a little food.
And do we want to take the flowers back at this point or leave
You
them?
can. Like I said, you never know. We still might get blooms.
Okay.
We like to prune before the end of September.
Okay.
That's usually our deadline.
All right. And there are some plants that do bloom this time of year.
Yes.
So let's go to a different part of the garden and see those.
Sounds great.
All right. Now, Kristen, this is a beauty. What's this?
This is one of the paniculatas, which are the late summer show-stopping hydrangeas, obviously. This one is called Pink Diamond, and it's not done yet. It's going to even get redder and redder as our temperatures get cooler and cooler.
And it takes sun, so that's great. If you have a sunny spot, you think, oh, I can't have hydrangeas, but this is a great one.
Yes, the paniculatas all can take good sun, and the bees love it.
Oh, wonderful. So great for late pollinators.
Yes.
And then what's the blue one?
Oh, that one's called General Vicomtesse de Vibray. Very big, long name. Nice and French. Beautiful variety. Takes good sun. Starts off kind of a lighter blue and then ages to an antique green and pink.
Oh, pretty.
Very delicate.
Well, you know, if you want new hydrangeas, you need tips on hydrangeas, please go to Garden Time. We'll click you over to the Hydrangeas Plus website, an excellent, really beautiful and informative website. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Blooming Junction, where it's easy to connect with nature. At Blooming Junction, you'll find beautiful, healthy plants, good fresh food, and a place to regain peace and calm in your life. We have an unsurpassed collection of unique and distinctive plants and the expertise to help any gardener be successful. And we feature blooming advantage plants. Come check out Blooming Junction for an inspiring experience in the garden or in the kitchen. Blooming Junction, offering quality plants for beautiful gardens.
The health and beauty of your garden starts from the ground up, and healthy soils begin at Grimm's Fuel. For the best in garden mulch, blended soils, and bark dust, choose Grimm's. U-Haul delivered or installed, Grimm's can do it. And if you're looking for a new lawn, Grimm's can do that too with our special lawn installation service. Grimm's is also the area's largest recycler of yard debris. The foundation for a healthy garden begins at Grimm's Fuel.
A destination farm and garden market featuring the very best each season has to offer. Smith Berry Barn offers seasonal farm fresh fruits and vegetables and specialty herbs and perennials. Visit the historic barn for distinctive gifts, gourmet foods, and homemade milkshakes. Right now we have fresh picked or pick your own berries ready in our fields. Here's what we have to offer this week. Centrally located off of Shoals Ferry Road between Sherwood and Hillsborough. Smith Berry Barn, growing good taste from the ground up.
Why do the finest builders shop at Standard TV and Appliance?
We've really valued the partnership that we've had with Standard over the years. We really are focused on customer service. We want every one of our homeowners to be happy with their home, and we really feel that Standard provides that same customer service to us. Their salespeople are very knowledgeable, and they offer a wide range of selection that you cannot get anywhere else.
Standard can make your dream kitchen a reality, setting the standard since 1947. Standard TV and Appliance.
You know, it may be September, but we still have things to do in our gardens, and I'm here with Jan McNeil. And so, Jan, let's go over some of the tips that you suggest that we be thinking of.
Well, one thing that folks don't always think about is to not put diseased plants into their compost.
And we've heard this, but tell me again why that's important not to do.
Well, not everyone heats their compost up as much as, say, a commercial operation would. And you don't want to spread the spores or the disease to any other part of the garden when you're using the compost.
So if it's not hot enough, then those things aren't going to die, and you'll just kind of breed them and spread them around.
Spread them around.
Okay.
The other thing is, this is the time of year in the kitchen, bird seed, dog food, cat food, dry goods, all that kind of thing attracts Indian meal moths. And you can have them in your kitchen, in your pantry, garage, and dog food or whatever. And there's a couple of them. I'm not saying which variety, but there's these are taro and these are black flag. And I just want to show you. I'll dump that down there.
Because you have this one out in your...
This is in the cupboard that I have peanuts and cat or dog food.
Wow.
Dog food.
Wow.
So the pheromone works. This is in with the bird seed. And sometimes what happens, you buy bird seed and they come with it.
They already have it.
So it isn't that you are going to get it. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that it works.
Unbelievable. At least it does work.
Yeah. And the other thing, this time of year, in September, it doesn't rain that much, even though we think it's fall and it's going to rain. Just be careful not to let plants go into winter stressed. So do your best to water and keep them at least healthy looking before the colder weather starts.
Right, because even if it starts in October, you've missed 4 to 6 weeks.
Right, and usually it doesn't rain that much until the kids have to go out and trick or treat in October.
That's right, and then it hits big time.
For sure, for sure. The other question that's come up is why are tomato skins seeming to be tougher this year?
And mine are this year. It really bugs me.
Yeah. Well, I have bumper crop of tomatoes, and I'm so glad to have them. I don't worry about how tough the skins are. But the reason that happens is because tomatoes, because of the heat that we've had, they are protecting themselves from sun scald, and the skins will thicken just to protect the tomato itself. Heirloom tomatoes have thinner skins because they're not necessarily packed and shipped like a lot of other commercial grade are. And so any of the more common varieties that you see in the grocery store are pretty thick, so that they're purposely bred that way, so that they can be shipped.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Yeah. And let's see, we got one more thing, and that's potatoes. I had the best potatoes this year that I've ever had. And I've got some neighborhood kids I promised that they could come and dig them. And yesterday I dug some.
So you've actually just let these the tops are kind of dying
Let them die
back.
down, yep,
Okay.
and there you go.
Wow, wow.
You just keep going till you're done.
Well, there you go, Jan. You know, once again, we get some great information every month from you to make our own gardens easier and better to enjoy them more, actually.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
So it is indeed. So let's do this again next month, shall we?
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
I am at the Oregon Garden today for the second Fall Garden Fair, and I'm with Gay. And Gay, what is the organization that puts on this great event?
This is the Oregon State Federation of Garden Clubs, and we are an organization that's part of the Pacific region, which is part of the National Garden Clubs. There's over 160,000 members of the total NGC organization. And in our state, we have 83 clubs, and we have a population membership of about 2,300.
Oh, that's amazing. And you do so many great works. And you today, this weekend, you really want to have everyone join in the festivities and learn more about gardening and how to enjoy their gardens and public gardens.
Yes, this is an educational opportunity for our viewers to come over here to the beautiful Oregon Garden and see what we're doing, what we're about, how we can help them grow the most beautiful plants, design with their flowers. Workshops, we have 8 workshops that we're going to provide free of charge. So there's lots of things going on, and in just a minute I'm going to tell you a little bit more about those.
And thank you, because I want to talk to Phyllis, who is in charge of this unbelievable flower show. And so Phyllis, you are really the spearhead for all of the flower part of this.
Well, thank you. Yes, I'm Phyllis, and I am a master judge. And I have, with help, put together a flower show, a standard flower show, which means our designers bring in all kinds of wonderful flower arrangements with themes. So we will also have workshops which will help you to learn how to go from making bouquets to making designs.
And you know, we all think, oh, I can't do that, I have to be a professional, but you're really going to help us because you just need somebody to give you the ideas or hold your hand while you learn.
That's right, and it's easy and it's fun, and you'll be able to take home your own design. The reason why we do these flower shows is to educate the public. And most of the show is about horticulture. So these wonderful samples here, this will be how the show looks. So you'll come in and you'll see horticulture specimens with labels, what they are.
Oh, wonderful. And so I'm going to talk to Gay again. And so what else can we do when we come to this event?
Oh my goodness, so many wonderful things. The show actually opens 10 o'clock and closes at 5 each day, so there's lots of time to do all of these things. At 11 o'clock, we are going to have a memorial dedication for a Blue Star marker right here in the Oregon Garden. They have gifted us a place to do that. And we've invited veterans from all over Oregon to come and be a part of that so we can show our honor and respect to them.
That is wonderful. And you know, there is just so many things to do. There's plant sales, there's a book exchange. And so how do we get tickets for this great event?
You may buy them at the door when you come in, either Saturday or Sunday.
And then what about information, if we need more information about today?
There's lots of information on the Oregon Garden Club's website or the Oregon Gardens website. And they are 2 different ones.
Right, right. So, you know, you can go to gardentime.tv and you can get all that information. We can click you over to those 2 websites, but come on out, get your tickets, enjoy this event, and enjoy the garden. Thank you so much. Have a great event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judy.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru. Your way on the Parkway.
They had to take the car, they had to get it open with the jaws of life, take me out on a backboard, took me to a Trauma 1 center. I absolutely feel like the Subaru saved my life.
Well, we trust Capital. We trust our salesperson here, Jackie.
Jackie's great. I believe that she really cares about us.
She teaches me about the Subaru.
Our way on the Parkway.
Build a beautiful home inside and out at French Prairie Perennials. Inside, we have just the right creative elements to complete your decor. We offer an oasis of unusual, nature-inspired garden and home gifts and accessories. Outside, choose from our wide selection of unique dwarf conifers and sparkling companion plants. French Prairie Perennials, located between Woodburn and Wilsonville. Take exit 278 to Aurora and French Prairie Perennials.
Every year, trees fall or break, causing property damage, power outages, and injury.
Now is the time for Bartlett Tree Experts and Collier Arbor Care to get your trees ready for the extreme conditions ahead.
Our free consultation will help to spot the signs of potentially hazardous trees.
We can help address problems before they occur. Whether it's trees or shrubs, we can help you get a healthy and beautiful garden.
Collier Arbor Care and Bartlett Tree Experts, providing environmentally safe tree care since 1907.
To bring the extraordinary colors of fall to your landscape, you need to come to a place that offers more than the ordinary. At Segawa Nursery, we love fall. From brilliant yellows to vibrant reds, we have one of the Northwest's largest selections of Japanese maples. At Segawa Nursery, we also have a colorful selection of hardy plants, so your home can be as beautiful as the season. Come visit us and see how we can help you make your season extraordinary. Segawa Nursery, growing beyond the ordinary.
I'm at a very special place today, and I'm with a special person. I'm with Father Martin, who's actually the brewmaster, and tell us exactly where we are.
Oh, Judy, welcome to the Benedictine Brewery at Mount Angel Abbey, and we're here in the St. Michael Tap Room.
This is just an amazing place, and it's a history of monks and orders making beer, and you're kind of continuing that history. But first we have to know about the Benedictine order, so if you can tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, it's the monastic order of the church, the oldest, you could say, organized monastic order in the Western Church. Monasticism arose, Christian monasticism arose in the 4th century. Saint Benedict was a monk in the 5th, 6th century, Italian, and he wrote a rule that kind of organized the life in a way that was just became the standard in Western civilization. So a Benedictine motto is ora et labora, which is actually the way around, pray and work, two imperatives.
So really the Benedictines have a tie to the land, and if you could explain that.
Saint Benedict's vision is really for manual labor. He says when monks live by the work of their hands, that's when they're really monks.
Ah, and so the beer making came out of that?
Yeah, really it did. Mm-hmm. Think back in the Dark Ages, after the fall of the Roman Empire, who kept structure in society? That fell to a large degree on the monks. So when it wasn't safe to travel, when you had no governance, the monasteries were areas where travelers could stay. But when you are the Motel 6 of the day,
the host, yes.
Where do you
definitely.
stay? And when water sources get contaminated, there's no water treatment plants, people know that wine and beer are safe to drink, but water's often not. So the monks, having lots of guests and having their own needs for food and drink, brewing beer in regions where barley was plentiful and maybe grapes were not. You know, different growing regions
definitely.
have different things. So monks became known for their brewing.
So really, Mount Angel Abbey is in the perfect place here in Mount Angel because you are surrounded by agriculture. The order actually owns much of the land around here, so your hops are right across the street, and you use these actually in your brewing.
We do. The tradition is there, and yeah, there are about 300 acres of hops grown on our land right now.
That is amazing.
And those are the ones we use in our own beer here.
That is cool. And then about how many different kinds do you brew here?
Well, on tap right now we've had 9 beers.
Wow.
And I've got recipes for, I think, 3 more that have not brewed yet.
This weekend is Oktoberfest here in Mount Angel, so where can we taste these beers? Because I'm sure they're going to be down at the festival.
Yes, we've had our beer here at Oktoberfest since we started making it. I think that's been about 6 years now with contract brewing. At Oktoberfest, our beer is available in the Hopfengarten.
Wonderful.
We were in the wine garden in the past, but this year they're moving us. It's a different venue, which features more craft beer, the higher quality beers, a little niche that they're trying to promote this year.
The Mount Angel Oktoberfest is a family-friendly event. You know, there is beer here, but you can come to the tap room. You can go to Oktoberfest. There's so many different things to do. There's delicious food. There's all kinds of crafts. And there's just so much fun, and the music is really wonderful. And the tap room is family-friendly, too. You can even bring the kids. Well, if you want to come out to the Oktoberfest to enjoy this special beer, go to the website to see the special hours at the tap room. But if you can't make it out for the Oktoberfest, please go to the website and find out all the information, how to get here, and then take a walk around the Abbey and then come down to the tap room to enjoy this special beer. Thank you so much, Father Martin.
Well, it's been my pleasure, Judy. Thanks for coming.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Is your garden in need of refreshment? Hi, I'm Sarah, and there are plenty of things in bloom at Portland Nursery. Come check out our beautiful fall color to perk up your garden. At Portland Nursery, we consider fall the second season, and the gardening opportunities are endless. Establish next year's trees, replace lettuce and greens, or get a jump on onions and garlic. Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people, on 50th and Stark and 90th and Division, or at portlandnursery.com.
Fall is a time to think of planting and planning. Planting new plants now will help them get a jump start on next year. Black Gold All-Purpose can help your plants get ready for winter and next spring. Formulated with a blend of natural and organic nutrients, it contains everything your plants and spring bulbs need for a happy and healthy start. Look for Black Gold All-Purpose at your local garden center or nursery. Black Gold, all the riches of the earth.
Fall in the Northwest is
the best time of year to plant, with warmer soils and cooler evenings.
A time to spend with family and friends.
Fall is a time to celebrate.
To decorate.
And to enjoy the colors that are only found here in our area.
Fall is a time to come to Garland Nursery.
And let us show you all that fall can be.
Garland Nursery, inspiring beautiful and bountiful gardens.
I am at the beautiful Lan Su Chinese Garden right in downtown Portland, and I'm with Justin Blackwell, and you're a new person here.
I am, yes.
And then what is your title?
I am the curator of horticulture.
Ah, very exciting. So it's fall in the garden, and there's always something to see, but really this time of year, there's many different things that you don't see at other times in the seasons.
That's true. I think it's very surprising to a lot of people to find some beautiful blooms and things that are fruiting right now in the Chinese garden.
Right. And so in this courtyard, you're just walking in. What do we see here?
We're currently in the courtyard of tranquility here at the Chinese garden. And you do immediately want to walk in with that feeling of tranquility. And we have a Begonia grandis subspecies evansiana. And in a Chinese garden, typically you would see those planted along stone in rockery. So that they can kind of grow through some of the cracks of the stone. And they started blooming actually just about a week ago.
Wow.
And they'll be blooming through probably until November.
Wow, hardy begonia, you don't think about that. You just think of them summer annuals.
That's correct.
Wonderful. And then there's still gardenias, which we all love gardenias, that fragrance in our gardens.
So we have Gardenia climbs hardy, and we have them throughout the entire garden. And that is the amazing thing about gardenias, is they are also an unexpected plant to see in bloom in our climate. We have several hardy gardenias that you can grow here in Portland.
Wonderful.
But Climbs Hardy is the one that we like to display.
Ah,
And
nice.
the fragrance is amazing.
It is, it is. And then I see over here in a pot, let's walk over, is a pomegranate. And that is just so unusual to see, I think, here in the Northwest.
It is very unusual to see here in the Northwest. Actually, it is a surprisingly hardy plant. As you see here, the fruit is ripening. In Chinese culture, because the fruit has so many seeds, it has come to represent and symbolize abundance when it comes to fertility or wealth. And it's displayed prominently here to signify that. But also on a horticultural note is that there are so many varieties coming out all the time, and they're becoming more and more popular in nurseries. And so what people don't realize is that you can actually keep these outside year-round in a protected spot.
That is wonderful. Well, I know that you have so much to see in the garden here, but we're going to go to another spot and talk about those plants. Let's go.
All right.
Now, Justin, we're in another part of the garden, and there's this beautiful blooming tree. What is it?
This is Heptacodium mycinoides, and it's also known as the Seven Suns flower. And the reason for that is that each whorl or each cluster of flowers has 7 blossoms on it.
Beautiful.
And then once the blossoms start to fall, it reveals this kind of a rosy red calyx on it. And so when the entire tree is covered with the rosy red calyx, it almost looks like a new flower coming out.
Oh, that is cool.
And this also has amazing orange fall color. And the bark gives it some wonderful winter interest as well.
And the bees love it too. It's great for late pollinators.
Yeah, absolutely. The bees are all over this thing right now.
We're going to go see one more thing over in this bed. So what is this kind of seed pod plant here?
So this is the blackberry lily. It's known as the Bellum canda chinensis. So when this was in bloom, it had nice kind of a toad lily orange with black brown speckled blossoms on it. And then those gave way to these seed pods, and these seed pods have recently opened to reveal sort of what looks like a blackberry, and those are the seeds.
That is cool. Well, there is a special event going on today, and I'm going to go over and talk to Scott about all the events going on. Thanks so much, Justin.
Thank you.
Well, now I'm talking to Scott, who is the Director of Marketing, and so there is a big event happening today.
Absolutely. It is the Autumn Moon Festival, which is the second most important holiday on the Chinese calendar after Chinese New Year.
Wow, so what's going on?
So we have 3 events that are happening today, from 10 until 9, which is extended hours for the garden. The garden will be open and have events and programs for kids of all ages.
And then what is the crowning event?
The crowning event is at the end of the night. We will be doing a dragon procession, a lit dragon procession with our partners. So they'll go through the garden, and it is an amazing display to see.
That is. I've seen those before here, and they are tremendous. And so everything's on the website?
Everything is on the website.
Excellent. And so we'll have that for you. You can go to gardentime.tv, click you over to that. So watch the rest of Garden Time, and then come on down to Lan Su. Thanks so much, Scott.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
Thank you all so much for watching the show today, and we wanted to remind you that if you do go down to the Oktoberfest, we would love you to have a great time and also to drink responsibly.
And if you need any information about today's show or any past show, please go to gardentime.tv.
So thanks for watching Garden Time today, and why don't we do this again next week, right here on Garden Time.
Cheers.
The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.